Bournemouth and Leicester. It's a beautiful way to transition. The Cherries, they're plus 250 at home. Leicester plus 105 underdogs on the road off of their big win in the relegation 6-pointer on Monday Night Football against Nottingham Forest. The draw here is plus 240. We know that this Bournemouth offense can't create anything. The defense, though, is not terrible. If you remove that 9-0 drubbing to Liverpool, they've only allowed 10 goals in the other 7 matches. 9.6 expected goal minus 9.6 expected goal differential on the season, which when you're only creating 3.8 expected goals for on the season, it kind of shows you that their defense is not the issue here, right? That said, like, their offense isn't the type that you want to back against a tough defensive side. This is a pretty easy pass for me here. I'm not I'm not too interested in going against Leicester again with another terrible team. So I'm going to pass, but you two think we could be seeing a little bit of a cage rattler, BJ.
Absolutely. I mean, the under 2.5 being plus money is pretty crazy in this match. So Bournemouth, they're still yet to create over 1 expected goal in a match this season. They've created just 2 big scoring chances against non-big 6 sides. Like you mentioned, Michael, they have been pretty good defensively in the matches against Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, Wolves, Newcastle, and Brentford. Those matches only averaged 1.9 expected goals total. Leicester, on the other hand, against non-big 6 sides, because they've played quite a few, they've also been playing really low event styles because, the 4 matches they played Brentford, Southampton, Brighton, and Forest, those matches only have averaged 2.1 expected goals. Now, Bournemouth has created the fewest big scoring chances. Leicester has created the second fewest. They've only created 3 so far on the season. And Leicester, this season, their matches have had 36 goals off of 20.3 expected. That is insane. It has to do with, like we've mentioned many times, Danny Ward being one of the worst goalkeepers that the Premier League has ever seen. And also, James Maddison has scored 5 goals off of 1.2 expected to start the season. So I think this is a great regression type game. I think Bournemouth is going to be able to sit in their usual deep low block, and I have no faith in Leicester being able to try and break down that low block. So I only have 2.3 goals projected. I think it's kind of crazy. The under 2.5 is at plus money. So give me under 2.5 goals.
I was really kicking myself this week on Monday.
How are you not on Bournemouth, Michael? This is crazy.
The number's not even good.
It's not good enough.
I actually kind of lean toward Leicester here. I think there's a danger zone situation. Leicester's underlying numbers are not as bad as their table position would indicate. You look at the box progression numbers that we like to talk about, box entries, attacking and defending. They're actually 9th in crosses completed. They're 7th in progressive passes, and they are 7th in box entries allowed. So they're
here come the Foxes, baby.
No, I'm not saying that because I think there's I think there's a lot of problems. The goalie is a big one. There's other problems too. They still can't defend set pieces, but Forrest could have had a couple. But I think there's a danger when you have Bournemouth, who is going to sit extremely deep, like they did against Wolves. I mean, if you're letting Wolves dominate possession against you on your home turf, which is what happened when they played a few weeks ago, you run into a real problem. If Leicester is going to get the ball on the edge of the area a bunch of times with the players they have and the quality that they tend to show in those situations between Harvey Barnes and James Maddison, I just feel like you're asking to concede dumb goals where we're gonna sit here and we're gonna go, oh my God, James Maddison scored a 20-yard goal again. Well, yeah, if he's just standing there on the edge of the box and nobody's near him, there's a danger in how Bournemouth is going to probably try to set up here. Where a team like Wolves, they took a bunch of shots from deep and didn't score. I think Leicester may turn up the pressure here and actually get a result. I lean toward them. I also lean toward the under, but I mean, first of all, this Bournemouth attack's terrible, under 4 expected goals for the year. But how do I can't do it. I bet the under the other day, felt like I was on the right side there, and then the goals just kept pouring in, and that wasn't even Leicester conceding this time. So I'm going to probably end up staying away here, but I'm very close to Leicester.